Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. If you like The Mike Wagner Show and you want to make your own podcast, well, let me tell you about Anchor. First of all, it's free. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosensia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and Meneas. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, and more. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast or TheMikeWagnerShow.com. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, makes great gifts 24/7, 365 for your family, friends, and loved ones. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also cool merchandise, T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, and also phone cases and more. Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM as well as PayPal and also the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you donate generously today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who has the #1 best-selling author. He's a life coach and also an inspirational speaker. He's highly sought after, and he worked with the NFL, also AT&T, UCSF, and also the city of Oakland and more. And he underwent a vigorous process of unlearning himself, and he's a self-imposed model, and of course, getting rid of the mental limitations, and of course, one stood between him and his ambitions, and he founded the No Excuse philosophy and implemented the 4 A's as the solution to all your excuses. So guys, don't make any excuses, please, okay? He's a highly sought after speaker, offers workshops, training, coaching, and he's the author of the book, No Excuses When Failure is No Longer an Option. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, somewhere in the beautiful USA, the very multi-talented author, highly sought after motivational speaker. No excuses, guys, okay? Here he is, Edward L. Moore. Edward, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Such an introduction. I'm extremely humbled by the opportunity to come share with your audience today. So thank you for allowing me on your platform.
Well, it's great to have you on board, too. And it's no excuse to have you on board. Seriously, I was told you don't have any excuses. Like, oh my gosh, if I came up with excuse, I'm probably going to get lectured on, believe it or not. Well, speaking of that, you implement the no excuse philosophy and also the 4 A's. Before getting to all that, you're the #1 best-selling author. You got a book out called No Excuses When Failure is No Longer an Option. You're also a life coach, motivational speaker. You're highly sought after. And of course, you underwent a vigorous process of unlearning, and of course, limitations and self-imposed mental limitations and more. And once stood in between, and you're here to share all that and how can people overcome, and no excuses as well too. You also offer workshops, training, and more. And before getting to all that, along with your book, Edward, tell us how I first got started.
Interestingly enough, how I started on the trajectory that I am right now is through my own personal development. I was going through a phase in my life where I was looking at my life, and I had to have an honest conversation with myself and say, looking at my life, you are living mediocre at best. And then there was one particular day where I really had somewhat of a I won't call it a meltdown, but a very sobering moment where, I went and looked in the mirror and I was like, I don't know what you're going to do, but you need to do something. And, what the catalyst for that was not being able to provide for my sons in the manner in which I wanted to. And so it really ignited something within me to say, you know what, you need to change your circumstances.
Mm-hmm. And of course, what was that one precise moment in your life that simply said, I really need the change? You had a meltdown or basically just looking at yourself in the mirror. What was that one precise moment and where are you at? And maybe describe the event a little bit that just simply changed you forever like that.
Well, I can recall vividly. It was a particular day, and I wanted to do something with my sons, and didn't have the financial means to do so. And I went to my room and cried like a baby, and I said, this is it. This is it. There is no way that you can continue to look these children in the eyes and say we can't as a result of lack of financial resources. And so if you are going to change and take control of your destiny, it's only going to happen by you taking full accountability of your life. Nobody is coming to save you. And so that sent me on a trajectory of getting heavily immersed in personal development, because I had realized that the information that I had at the time had taken me as far as I could go. And so if I wanted to go farther, I needed to obtain some new information.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you being a family man as well, too, with your son. So what were you doing at the time before you became a motivational speaker and author?
Interestingly enough, I was working in social services. I was working in social services actually up to this March where I left for full-time entrepreneurship. But at the time, I was working in social services as a case manager, working with at-risk youth. I was also working with veterans on the weekend. And so at that point, I had been working 7 days a week for 5 years.
Wow.
And I'm helping all these other people and other families, but secretly I'm still struggling. And so I made a determination that I was going to take complete control of the destiny of my life. And that's what started me on the journey that I'm on now.
And where'd you go to school for social services?
Well, I didn't go to school. My life experience brought me into those jobs, helping people that were in situations similar to that I was in when I was younger. And so I got an opportunity through being at the right place at the right time, and my lived experience lended to me being able to work with young people and help transform their lives.
Mm-hmm. And of course, too, the fact with, at the youth and everything as well, too, is just like, what are some of the things that you tell them as well, too, which we'll later, talk about in the book, and also, offering workshops and everything. So what are some of the things that you advise them as well, too, before you became an entrepreneur and telling people the same thing?
Well, some of the most important life lessons that I've learned is just about taking complete accountability for the outcome of your life. So many times you hear so many people in life say they want a particular thing, but their actions are not lining up with what they say they want. And if you truly want something, it's not about what comes out of your mouth. Your actions will suggest what you truly want. And so, a lot of the conversations that I had with young men, I worked with a lot of young men at the epicenter of violence. So it was about making healthy decisions to be here. But in addition to that, also making decisions around taking ownership of being where you want to be. And so those are some of the conversations we had continuously with these young men over the years.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you also implement in your book as well, too. And also, what was that one decision that simply made you go into a full-time entrepreneurship and also becoming an author?
I became an author before I went into full-time entrepreneurship. So, I've been working on building my own business for the last 7, going on 8 years now, while I was working. Everybody doesn't have the luxury to just jump into full-time entrepreneurship. But I continuously kept building on my brand, kept building on my business. And I think COVID was the catalyst, and having that time away from the office and having an opportunity to really work on my business and seeing how much it scaled. I took some time off of work for personal reasons last September, and I had the opportunity to really dedicate my full time to my business, and seeing the benefits and the results of the business when I was able to dedicate my all to it, it was just a natural decision and progression to say, you know what, I need to go ahead and take this on full time.
And it sounds like you're doing a really good job as well, too. We'll talk more about your business. We'll talk about your book as well. No excuses when failure is no longer an option. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-winning author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas 24/7, go to Amazon.com. Check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast and themikewagnershow.com. And for more great gift ideas, including t-shirts, pop sockets, phone cases, and more, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books and merchandise and more like Missing as well. And don't forget to support The Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM as well as PayPal and themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with the #1 best-selling author, life coach, and inspirational speaker, Edward L. Moore, here on The Mike Wagner Show. And before we talk about your book, No Excuses When Failure is No Longer an Option, you say you've been writing books for a long time. And of course, you being an author, who are some of your favorite authors and writers growing up?
Wow, I listen to a lot of books on personal development. Right now, I'm looking at, I've been reading a book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I think that is, don't get me, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Joseph Murphy. I'm looking at another book right now called Psycho-Cybernetics. I think that's Maxwell Maltz. I just study personal development. So, I have so many of my favorite books. But those are my 2 favorites right now, the ones that I'm currently studying. I'm also currently studying another book called, I believe, I can look at my library, 3 Magic Words by Stanley Anderson, by UO Stanley Anderson. And so, I study. I'm really big on understanding how the mind works, because one of the things that I specialize in as a coach is helping people get unstuck and get out of their own way. And so I do a lot of studying on the mind and the subconscious mind.
And of course, that's amazing as well, too. A lot of good use as well, too, including myself, truly. So we're not all perfect here, as you can tell. But also that we'll talk about the book, No Excuses When Failure is No Longer an Option. And tell us more about the book and, just exactly what inspired you to write it. And maybe just, give us a little synopsis on the book, No Excuses.
Well, one of the things that inspired me to write the book is because once I started to get heavily immersed in personal development and I started to transform my life, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would speak to NFL teams or Fortune 500 companies. And just the accomplishments, get certified as a life coach, the accomplishments that came with when I took accountability of my life, I learned some principles that I wanted to share with other people to also help them transform their life. And so that's why I titled the book, No Excuses When Failure is No Longer an Option. When you are tired of not maximizing your potential, when you're tired of not being the best version of yourself, when you're tired of not producing what you truly know you are capable of, you have to make a decision. And I wanted to arm people with the tools that I wish I would have had when I was going through the transformation process. And so I just took all of my experiences, created a methodology by which people can eliminate excuses from their lives and put it in a book so that people can consume it.
Mm-hmm. And you also implemented the 4 A's as well, too. And tell us about those.
Absolutely. And so I'm really big, a lot of times when in a motivational space, a lot of times people go to conferences and they get motivated and they get inspired, but they don't leave with any tangible tools to apply to their lives to create change immediately. And I'm very big on not just being a what or a why speaker or coach, but a how. And so I want to show people what are the steps? Anytime I go to consume content, I'm looking for the actual steps that I can apply to my life immediately to create change. And so what I did is I created a methodology by which if people follow this blueprint, they will be able to effectively remove excuses out of their life. And I say that with 100% certainty. And so that's where the 4 A's were birthed at.
Okay. And then the 4 A's are?
Number 1, acknowledgement. All right. So the first thing that you have to do if you want to eliminate excuses in any area of your life, and let me before I go into that, let me share a little bit more perspective on what excuses are. Excuses are all the reasons that we use to justify why we didn't accomplish our goal. And so I'll be the first to tell you, some of the reasons that you have are valid, but it doesn't matter whether the reason is valid or not valid. The end result is that you still didn't accomplish the goal. And so successful people are result oriented. And so we only focus on whether we did or we didn't accomplish the goal and what adjustments we need to make to be able to accomplish it. That being said, the first thing anybody has to do, the first A is acknowledgement. You know, you have to acknowledge, I've been making excuses. You know what? I have been lazy. I have been procrastinating. The gateway to change is self-awareness and being honest with yourself. So before you can change anything, you have to be honest with yourself about where the areas for growth are. And so that's the first A, which is acknowledgement. The second A is accountability. Accountability is taking complete ownership for the outcome of your life, despite not having the resources, despite not having support, despite whatever your conditions are. If you can't go over it, go under it. If you can't go under it, go around it. But you have to take complete accountability for the outcome of your life, because at the end of the day, nobody is coming to save you. All right. And so the next A is action. You know, you have to get off the bench of life and get into the game. And there's 5 different phases of action that I teach on. It's another methodology that I created called the PICS methodology. It's 5 phases. The first phase is the planning phase. And so you have to make sure that you plan accordingly. The next phase is the implementation phase. The next phase is the consistency phase. It's about being consistent. The next phase is about sustainability, long-term sustainability. And then the last phase, of course, is scaling, taking your vision to the next level. And so the last A is adaptability, because it's not if, but when the trials and tribulations of life come to knock you off your square, those that are able to continue to persevere forward are those that are able to make the necessary adjustments. And so if we use COVID as an example, and you know, nobody was prepared for that. Like that hit us, that blindsided everybody. But through COVID, there were some people whose business did better than they ever did before. And there are some people whose businesses went away. Those that were able to persevere and move forward were those that were the most adaptable. And so adaptability would be the last A. And if you effectively apply all of those A's to your life, I can guarantee success, and I can guarantee that you'll effectively be able to eliminate excuses from your life.
I really like that too with the 4A's. I was actually writing them down while you're going through, like with the acknowledgement, the accountability, the action with the picks, and also the adaptability. I'm going to apply it to myself, and everybody should do the same thing. And also, you also help people take it a step further as well too, that you're a highly sought after speaker. You also offer workshops, training, and coaching. And how do people inquire about those services of yours?
Well, I mean, I have a website. My website is edwardlmoore.com. I do a lot of stuff. I've more recently, I've started doing professional development trainings where I go in and teach businesses and organizations how to eliminate excuses amongst their workforce to increase productivity. I have a mindset makeover training that I do for companies. I have personal development trainings. I have a lot of things going on, a lot of different arms of the company. But somebody that is interested in either one-on-one, I have a one-on-one, I do one-on-one coaching as well as I have a group coaching program as well. And so anybody that's inquiring, they could always contact me at edwardlmoore.com. I'm at Edward L. Moore on every social media platform. And so, yeah, there's a lot of ways to get in contact with me. My email address is info@edwardlmoore.com as well.
And where can they pick up your book at? No Excuses When Failure is No Longer an Option.
It's on Amazon, but it's also on my website as well. So if they wanted to get it, I prefer they get it from my website. So everything is on the website.
We certainly will check those out. What else is coming up for author Edward L. Moore, the best-selling author, life coach, and inspirational speaker, highly sought after? We'll find out just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosenzi of Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. And we'll be back with author Edward L. Moore of No Excuses When Failure is No Longer an Option after this time.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley and I'm an American actress and a TV host, and I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing. Available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to The Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with author Edward L. Moore, also life coach, inspirational speaker, highly sought after speaker, #1 best-selling author of No Excuses When Failure is Not an Option on The Mike Wagner Show. I mean, I learned a lot from you, Edward, a lot of great insight, and definitely no excuses in this one. And also, what else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond besides what you had talked about?
So I'm doing a lot of work on helping people get unstuck. And the reason why most people attempt to change and it's not sustainable is because they're addressing it from the wrong place. They're attempting to address it through their conscious mind. And where most people are actually stuck is in their subconscious mind. And so what I'm doing is I'm doing a lot of work as I go into 2022 about helping people identify and eliminate the limiting beliefs that have been holding them back. I'm helping them reprogram themselves and teaching them how to manifest as a result of that process. And so I'm doing a lot of work on that, both with individuals as well as companies and organizations.
And you're certainly doing an amazing job, Edward, as well, too. I'm very happy for you. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
My biggest influence in my career, I have, when I started doing what I'm doing, I was initially influenced by Eric Thomas. He's a very well-known speaker. But more recently, I've been influenced by some of my peers and guys that I've worked with, particularly D.B. Bedford. He's an emotional intelligence expert, and a guy by the name of Steve Bacon, which is an amazing coach that's doing some amazing things. And I actually was a client of his as well. And so, I have a lot of inspirations, but those are the three people that come to mind first. Mm-hmm. Of course, Les Brown. I can't leave Les Brown. I mean, the list is so long. Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, you name it. The list is a mile long. I'm inspired by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And no excuses indeed. And I want you to do a king scroll. So, and what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Well, the best advice that I can give, and the most powerful advice that I can give, is if you are stuck, to get the help that you need. And when I say the help that you need, a lot of people, like I said, are stuck in their subconscious mind versus their conscious mind. And then that's a deeper conversation. But it's really about investing in ourselves to get the support that we need so that we can execute on the level that we desire to. Mm-hmm. And so my biggest encouragement is be willing to invest in yourself to get the tools you need to get where you need to go.
Mm-hmm. And that's very important as well, too. Once again, author Edward L. Moore, #1 best-selling author, highly sought-after motivational speaker, life coach, and inspirational speaker, and more on the Mike Wagner Show with no excuses when failure is no longer an option. Edward, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Learned a lot from you. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep yourself up to date and keep in touch. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase or check out your book or check out your services?
Okay, again, my website is edwardlmoore.com. You can find the book there. You can find more about the services, from the speaking services to the trainings to the coaching. You can find out everything there. I'd love to connect with you if you're interested in connecting and maybe getting a free strategy session with me. Please book. You can send me an email at info@edwardlmoore.com. I'd love to see how I can support you.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Edward, a very big thanks for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch, and look forward to having you on back. And we wish you all the best. And you've got a great future ahead of you.
Thank you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing. Available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.